I guess I'm going to run through a couple things with you. Some of you are confused. Some of you don't know where you're going. Some of you don't know what you're doing. I went over quite a few things on Wednesday. I think people missed Wednesday's Google Meet, so they're still lost. So let's just talk for just a second. So your screen's going to look a little bit different than mine. But I can't, for some reason, pull up the student view. I'm going to have to get Miss Ivy on that. So let me go over some stuff with you. You're going to find your most recent 3 announcements up here. I haven't made one for today because I'm attaching this video to it. So it'll be up here as well. Google link is right here. I'll repost it at the beginning of the week. So just scroll down and find the Google Meet link every day. All right. Guys, you really need to come to the Google Meets because they're important. You guys are learning how to do your papers right now, write your papers right now. So it's extremely important that you are at the Google Meets because we go over some stuff. Also, when we start reading and we're doing discussions, it's going to be really important that you're at the Google Meets. We're going to read The Crucible, which is a play. It's really difficult to read a play by yourself. So you got to be on the Google Meets. 10 o'clock, log in, you're good to go. Also, make sure you're taking attendance. I've got a couple people that are not taking their attendance, or they're taking their attendance at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and that doesn't work. You need to take your attendance while school is in session. So my advice to you is to set your alarm clock, get up, do your attendance first thing for all your classes. If you don't have a first period class, then you can go back to sleep, wake up, set your alarm for 9:45, get ready for my class, and hop online. I don't ask you to turn on your camera. Don't ask you to turn on your mic unless I ask you a question. So get on there. Let's get this. All right. First off, you're going to go to your discussion boards because you've got 2 discussion boards that are due this week, that are due by tonight, actually. The first one I've got, I think maybe everybody's done it or everybody has done it. I don't know. I didn't check yesterday. But if you got any questions, these are your 2 discussion boards. Okay. This is your personality one. This is your thesis question. Guys, on this thesis question, the reason that I put it like this is so that your classmates could help you come up with answers for your thesis question. All right. I'm going to pick on Haley because she knows that I'm not going to pick on her I'm going to pick on her because she's got a good one. All right. So her question is, how does depression affect teenagers? I think that's a great question. You may need to even narrow it down even more. So you could even put, I know that a lot of times it's really hard for females to get diagnosed with depression, with anxiety, with autism, because people kind of push off females as, oh, you're just an A-type, or you're just talkative, or you're just an introvert. So sometimes females get pushed aside. So Haley, what I would suggest for you is I would suggest that you take it and you talk about teenage girls or young adolescents. Because a lot of times we leave out those really younger kids, like the 10, 11, 12-year-olds that are depressed. So maybe switch it up and either do maybe girls, maybe even do boys, because boys have a completely different way of coping with depression, or maybe do very young adolescents. Because like I said, a lot of times those kids are kind of pushed under the rug and they get diagnosed with other things instead of depression. So you may want to look at narrowing down, because if you get too broad of a question, guys, you're going to be lost at where do I start? Where do I start? So, Haley, my suggestion to you, and I'm going to go through everybody's, hopefully by the end of the day, and or at least by this weekend, and kind of help you narrow it down even more. But my suggestion to you, Haley, is to narrow that down. Maybe talk either, like I said, about young adolescents, about girls, about boys. You could talk about college age kids. I would narrow it down a little bit more, because you can always broaden it but it's a little harder to narrow down. Okay, I hope you guys get that. So definitely do that. All right. So I really like Kira. She's going to talk about, or Kara, sorry about that. She's going to talk about euthanasia. I like that. Make sure that your thesis question is extremely concise. I would talk about maybe, I like, I like where you're going with like the capital punishment kind of stuff, but maybe what you want to talk about is maybe if euthanasia is a constitutional right. I know that there's been some talk about that. So that might be a really good one or a good direction to start with. Is it a constitutional right to, choose how you die? I think that's really good. And there's some really great cases. I think Terry Shriver, I want to say, is the lady that came up a couple years ago. I think her family wanted to leave her on life support, but her husband didn't, and they had to go to court. And eventually, I think the husband won. It may be opposite. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I read about it. So that would be like a good court case. Okay. So maybe narrow it down. I'm not going to go through everybody's, but that's how you have to approach this, guys. You have to make sure that your thesis statement is easy enough for you to research. It's not an opinion. You can find facts and evidence and laws to back up your argument. Okay. We had a talk in class yesterday about the whole athletic kind of arguments. And I told some of the guys, I'm kind of worried about you. Not that they're not going to do a good paper, not that they're going to not write a good paper and they're not going to do what they need to do, but their topic is extremely limiting. So I think something, another topic for those that would like to do sports, should there be age restrictions on youth sports? I know personally a friend of Rhiannon's who's had multiple concussions playing youth football, now plays high school football. And you get to the point where is too many concussions too many? When is it going to start, harming them in a larger way? So that would really be a good topic. Age limitations on youth sports would be great. Should youth sports even be allowed? Contact sports be allowed? So you've got to go with topics that you can prove. And I'm concerned that some of you have chosen topics that are going to be really difficult to get really good research on. Okay. So like I said, I'll go through these. I'm going to try to get through some of them today before class. Especially those of you who aren't here or just fully remote days or A-Day kids, because I can talk to B-Day kids when they come into class. So yeah, if you go to your modules, guys, here's where you're going to put your 3 topic choices. Okay. You put your main topic choice on the discussion board, the one you really want to do on the discussion board so your classmates can help you out. For this one, this is where you put in your 3 topic choices. So your main one and then your 2 backups, just in case that first one doesn't work out. Because I don't want you to get stuck Thursday saying, oh my gosh, I don't have enough evidence. I don't have enough research to write my paper on Thursday when your annotated bib is due on Friday. Okay, your annotated bib's due next Friday, so it has to be done. These due dates are set in stone, guys. I'll accept late work, but your paper is due on February the 10th. So if you keep procrastinating, your paper is due February the 10th. Every day that it's not turned in, you lose 10 points. So you've got to stay on top of this stuff. And honestly, it shouldn't be that difficult for you to do if you budget your time correctly. Okay, so I did put the Google Doc for the annotated bib in here. Hopefully it'll say make a copy. Yay! Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. So my computer's running slow now. All right. All I want you to turn in is your annotated bib, not the explanation. So, all right, go down. Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll go over some of this in class today. So please make sure that you're in here at 10 o'clock. I'll go over this and then release the Krakens. So you can finish up your assignments for today. But here's the directions. Like I said, we'll go over it. This is really good just to keep on here so you know that you're doing it correctly. And then here's your template. I made it really easy. It's a really easy template. Okay. I didn't make it. I stole it from a friend. But stealing is the best form of flattery. No, don't steal. But here you go. Now, here's the thing. You're going to look at it and you're going to say, do I have to have, however many sources it is? No. I just went on and made plenty of copies of these. Do I expect you to have like 10 sources? No. I do expect you to have at least probably 5, since it's a 5-page paper. Even though that includes your intro and your closing and your rebuttal, I always look at it when I used to write papers that I need to have at least 1 resource per page. The only time that was different was when I was writing my 25-page thesis. So yeah, that was a little bit different though, because it was a lot more explanation. But yeah, you want to have about 1 resource per page. So you're looking at about 5 resources. I think that should be your minimum. Now, do I think you need 10 sources? No, I don't. But let's say you want to watch a documentary. I'm going to bring Kara up again because I know right on the top of my head, there's tons of documentaries out there about euthanasia and really good ones. So she can use a documentary as long as it's a reliable one for one of her sources. That's absolutely fine. You got to think outside the box sometimes for this stuff, guys. So let's go back to, wrong one. Let's go back to modules. All right. I did make a paper guide. This has the PowerPoint kind of walking you through your thesis question and walking you through how you do research and why is it important to have an annotated bib. And then Miss Davis was kind enough to make a research video. This will come in really handy for those of you who are remote. Also, B-Day students, since you're not going to be in class until Thursday and Friday, I definitely recommend watching this video so you can know how to look up stuff on the computer while you're at home Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Because, guys, this is what you're going to be working on next week. It's just research and working on your annotated bib. That's it. Okay? So please remember, if you are remote, and you want me to look for books for you, please send me a message on Canvas, and I will find them this afternoon for you. If you go online, if you watch Miss Davis's videos, she shows you how to look up books here at school. If you go and do that and you find certain books that you want, just send me an email, tell me the title, the author, and I'll pull them and I'll go in and check them out under your name, and I'll have them waiting up at the office so you can drop by on Monday or Tuesday and pick them up. Do you have to have books? No, but Miss Davis has done a fabulous job curating our research section for junior research papers. So you need to take advantage of it. If there's a book that you can't check out, I'll be happy to make copies for you guys. This is what I do. This is what I would do if you were in class too. I would help you find resources. So please, I know this is a long video. If you made it to the end, when you do attendance today, put as your answer for your question, bananas, please. So if you made it to the end, please put bananas as your yes, no question. And maybe you'll get a little something for it. Okay. Guys, have a great day. If you have any questions, shoot me a email on Canvas, please. All right. Bye, you guys.